Land to Friends Association's strategic planning session. We had an amazing night. We brought together the board and staff and volunteers of Friends Association to talk about what the next 3 years could look like for us. How do we keep doing the great work that we're doing for people? We're going to let you talk to some staff and volunteers and board and get their feedback onto the process. Hey, Olivia, come on over here. We got some questions for you. So Olivia just joined us in October, and this is a great chance for her to step in and see us with fresh eyes and bring a fresh perspective. Is there anything out of tonight that made you see Friends in a different light?
I think the focus on advocacy from not just the staff, but including the board and volunteers. And it was also a different idea of advocacy. So I saw advocacy in my eyes as more of a policy change, policy within the organization, but it was really just getting the message out to the community and focusing on making sure that everybody knows the mission and the vision of Friends Association and what it means to be doing the work that we do on the ground, but even to the extent of working with volunteers and how much the board does to help get our message across also.
Yeah, excellent. What I think that really came out is that we have a dynamic and engaged board of directors, a dynamic and engaged staff, and this amazing pool of dynamic and engaged volunteers. I think Robin said we had over 11,000 hours of volunteer service last year. That's what allows us to do what we do. We actually have one of those awesome volunteers here, Bob Rosselli. Hello. Hey, Bob. You were on Facebook Live. Have you ever done Facebook Live before?
Can't say I have. This might be your first time, a debut.
This is his debut.
What do I have to
Your
do?
Met debut in Westchester. Tell us, what made you want to be a part of our strategic planning process?
Well, when I actually worked for a corporation some years ago, that was one of my jobs. I did strategic planning and intelligence collection, so that's kind of my background. And since I retired, I haven't really had the opportunity to staff or board of directors. So this was, I thought, a really great opportunity to help out, hear some of the great ideas that were mentioned here. Incredible enthusiasm, and I tried to offer my own opinions as well. So,
well, I think you really did that, and I think is you've been volunteering really deeply with us for probably 2.5 to 3 years at this point. So you bring a knowledge base as a volunteer that, and again, a fresh set of eyes that nobody else in the room really. It was really great to have you speak up and call out what you're seeing.
Thanks for inviting me. I did appreciate that a lot, and I really appreciate volunteering for this organization. It's a wonderful organization, and I hope to continue to do more for it.
Well, we really value all that you do for us, Bob. Thank you. Finally, you're going to meet the man of the hour, the president of the board of Friends Association. Fun guy, but now we're going to introduce you to, actually we have two amazing people here, our immediate past president of the board, Maureen McBride, and now president of the board, Brian Borman. Brian, what jazzed you about tonight?
Well, I think there were a lot of great issues that were discussed and a lot of great communications that were brought up by the staff and the board, and I think the interesting thing that I took from it was kind of commingling and getting the ideas together such that we make sure that what we're doing works for the donors, works for the staff, and works for our clients to make sure that we're not duplicating efforts and that everything goes off well for the best of the organization. That's one of the things I like most.
Me too. Is anything that excited you, Maureen?
I was just going to say, I felt energized. I feel like it sort of got the creative juices going. So that's good.
Well, I felt the same way, and we're really lucky to have some consultants helping us through this process. And what it's going to mean in the end is that Friends is just a stronger, more focused than ever organization, really making sure that families in need in Chester County get the help they need to really thrive in our community. Thank you, guys. Thanks for coming to Facebook.
All right.